4, 3, 2, 1. CTS Pop Culture Podcast, episode 36.
It's been a minute.
It's been too long. Here's the deal. Okay,
Every single week.
I've missed talking to you so much.
Every single week I call Jace. I say, Jace, please, can we do the podcast just one time this week? Please. And he says, no, Henry.
So here's the deal.
No.
Henry likes to make up stories, and it's fine. I get it. He's compensating. No, but we've had some good stuff happen. We've had some good content, some good pop culture. Check out the CTS podcast normal channel if you want to hear us talk about Ukraine, arguably the biggest popular culture in the last...
My favorite popular culture, Ukraine.
Yeah, in the last month. But we've been away so long that we haven't even talked about the Book of Boba Fett.
Like the second half
finale.
of the Book of Boba Fett we haven't talked about.
Ooh,
It's been like a month
that's bad.
since we recorded. Yeah, no, it's been bad. But, and it's been like a couple weeks since that finished. Okay, Book of Boba Fett. Let's just talk about the finale.
'Kay.
Because that's kind of the... Oh, did we talk about any of the...
No.
I think we talked
No.
about the first Mando episode. I'm pretty sure.
We probably talked about it like playing video games. I don't know if we talked about it on the podcast.
I don't know. Okay. Either way, so let's talk about the last 3 episodes.
Okay.
So, how cool is the opening on the 5th episode when you just hear the end of because that's what it was. We talked about the end of the 4th episode where they tease Mando.
Yeah.
And
That's what it was.
Yeah. You like go through this cool like seedy like butcher shop, like it's all gross and whatever. Pan up and it's just silhouette of Mando behind the curtains.
So cool.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean, it's a crazy one, right? I mean, it's crazy that they pretty much just took Boba Fett. I'm not complaining about it, but it's just cool that, not even cool, I guess I'm neutral on that, but it's just crazy that they did that. Like, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, not that. I guess outside of, it's a pretty common thing for Star Wars TV to do that, where you just randomly step aside from the main characters. I mean, think about like Clone Wars and Rebels, like in those. Like, I guess not in The Mandalorian as much. There were tons of episodes that just like...
But can you imagine if they did it in like WandaVision, where it's just 2 episodes of Spider-Man or 2 episodes of like Doctor Strange or Captain America, and then they come and meet up with Wanda?
They kind of did that in WandaVision, right? With like Monica Rambeau. There was the whole episode that didn't even show Wanda or Vision.
Yeah, that's true.
It was just following her. Loki had an episode like that, where you just followed, like, I think it was just with, like, Sylvie. The other one.
It's been a while since I watched it.
It's been a long time.
That.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too crazy, but it was definitely cool. I was stoked to see Mando again, especially since it's been so long since Mando season 2.
Yeah, I wonder if they deliberately included him because they pushed the Mandalorian season back like a full year.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like production's too long to just be like, yeah, I don't know. Because the plan was originally to have Book of Boba Fett run right into Mando season 3.
That would have been
like
so cool.
No break.
That would have been so cool. That's tough that they didn't do that.
Yeah, it's too bad. Not that we're not getting like a ton
not that we're not getting spoiled
of cool Star Wars content this year, but it definitely would have been nice to have that, because I think Mando season 3 is going to be really sick.
So we talked about this, but we haven't talked about it on the podcast. I saw a theory that the Mandalorian with Baby Yoda is going to return to Mandalore, and he's going to defeat the dragon of the Mandalorians.
The Mythosaur.
The Mythosaur. He's going to fight it, and he's going to become the Mandalore.
Yeah. I definitely think he's gonna return to Mandalore. They've kind of already set that up,
Dude,
where they talked about.
We haven't seen Mandalore since freaking Clone Wars, dude. It's gonna be crazy to see because it was a
destroyed.
cool setting.
It's destroyed now.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I bet we're back there in Mando season 3. That seems like the plot point that they set up.
Oh, for sure we'll be back there.
That
I
the
guess
armor told him he had to go like bathe in the waters underneath the mines on Mandalore. But yeah, so that was pretty cool to get him back in there. And then
we should see Sabine is after Mandalorian season 3, right? Because Ahsoka is not coming out before Mandalorian season 3.
Ahsoka's this year, I think.
So is the Mandalorian season 3, isn't it?
Mandalorian season 3 is right at the end of the year. I might be wrong on that one. I actually think I'm wrong on that one. I think this year it's just Obi-Wan and/or Bad Batch season 2.
Okay. So, ooh, that was a good one. Sorry about that, everyone. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So we probably won't see Sabine, but I think we talked about my theory, which is they go back and the Crimson Dawn, or it is Crimson Dawn, right? Or is it Crimson Sun?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn is going to be running things on Mandalore.
Yeah. A lot of people thought that was going to be the Book of Boba Fett. Is at the finale we were going to find out that it was actually Crimson Dawn behind all the stuff that was going on Tatooine to set up like a season 2 or something.
Well, I think Crimson, because I think the Pikes are part of the Crimson Dawn, right? I mean, they were when Maul was running the show.
But Maul kind of controlled everybody, right? Like he like, and I
Dude,
yeah.
What
So
if,
I don't know.
What if we saw like another red lightsaber wielding person,
Like a Sith.
Yeah. Wait, I'm trying to, dude. You know who's still alive?
Who?
Technically, I think I have to recall upon my Clone Wars knowledge, but I think Asajj Ventress is still alive at this point. No, Dooku doesn't end up killing her. Asajj Ventress is alive.
Is she?
She's a bounty hunter. I think so.
Is she?
I think so.
I can't remember if she was. If Vader killed her. I think maybe, because I think Barriss Offee is still alive. Because that's one thing that when Grogu flashed back, is Asajj Ventress still alive?
So I think this is legend stuff, but it says Quinlan Vos, a rather disreputable Jedi, and Ventress teamed up to kill Dooku. They ultimately failed, and Vos was turned to the dark side. That
has to be Legends, because
that's Legends
Dooku
stuff.
Is killed by.
Yeah, so she's still alive. That'd be kind of crazy to see. We could for sure see her again. Now that I think about it,
Well,
'cause she was a pretty popular character.
we
too.
also know we're getting Inquisitors in Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Like they've confirmed that there's going to be Inquisitors. So for sure some.
You gotta play Jedi Fallen Order.
For sure
There's
some
cool
red
stuff in there.
lightsabers, but yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, and we'll see Vader in Obi-Wan too.
Yeah, and Obi-Wan, we got a confirmed release date since last time we recorded.
May 25, right?
May 25.
It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, back to Book of Boba Fett.
Yes,
Stop
yes.
getting off topic. Just kidding. But seriously, just be quiet. Just kidding. Okay, so
in episode 6, we see somebody return. R2-D2. That's it. We just see R2-D2.
no.
I'm joking. Because we see Ahsoka and Luke Skywalker
Wait.
in
are you
one
sure
episode.
It's not episode 7?
Episode 7's the finale.
Oh, I thought there was 8 episodes.
Nope, just 7.
Okay, so episode 6, we see Ahsoka and Luke, which means we know they met each other.
Well, they talk in the episode.
Yeah.
So.
Which we never got confirmation they met each other until this episode.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So now that you're done trying to talk over me and correct me, we know they met each other. It almost seemed like Luke had kind of like, Ahsoka kind of had a mentorship kind of attitude towards Luke.
which makes
almost
sense.
that Ahsoka recognized that Luke is probably the strongest Jedi. But another thing I heard, let me get your take on this. I saw some people saying Ahsoka became a Jedi between the Clone Wars and between now. She became a Jedi. Thoughts?
That doesn't even make sense though, because what does post Clone Wars, what does becoming a Jedi mean? What does that mean?
Yeah.
She just decided to be a Jedi again.
Yeah.
But she kind of already has said, she said in The Mandalorian that she's
well, she never says
really
she's not a Jedi.
Doesn't she?
No.
She says something to that effect, I feel like.
I think she does the opposite. I don't think she ever corrects Mando. I think when she says, I cannot train him, I've seen what these feelings have done to...
Yeah, I don't know. I also don't think it matters.
Do you think we ever see Ahsoka see Vader? Or do you think we see Ahsoka in Obi-Wan?
Ahsoka in Obi-Wan? I don't think so. I don't think we see Ahsoka in Obi-Wan.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Weird.
Because we
don't know what Ahsoka's doing during this time. We have no idea. From the time of after the Clone Wars to the time when she's really grown up in Rebels, we have no idea what's going on during this time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I think we have a better chance of seeing her and Anakin interact in the Ahsoka series, as a Force ghost. I think there's an Anakin Force ghost that interacts with her.
That'd be nuts.
I also think there's been rumors that Hayden Christensen's in the Ahsoka show.
I've heard rumors he's in a lot of stuff, going forward. I've heard rumors he's in a few different shows. Obi-Wan, maybe it was Obi-Wan that I've heard is in Andor.
I haven't heard anything about Andor, but yeah, I could see. I think it's more likely that Hayden Christensen shows up in Ahsoka than it is that Ahsoka shows up in Obi-Wan.
Can you imagine we get one more fight between Ahsoka and freaking Vader? That'd be so crazy. Like that Rebels episode.
I don't think they'll fight, though.
Eye of Mortis or something?
No, Twilight of the Apprentice.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah. But that'd be cool. I want them to interact, though, because what I did kind of want from the Book of Boba Fett episode is I wanted her and Luke to talk about Anakin. That she found out that at the end
They kind of did. She mentioned him, right?
But they didn't have...
She said, you're just like your father.
But she didn't have that conversation. We didn't see him have that conversation. I kind of wanted to see that.
Yeah.
She kind of mentioned it, but I wanted,
Dude, she probably knows what happens to him. She probably knows that he, what his change from the dark side back.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to
Jedi.
see. That's what I wanted to see is Luke, telling her about that. Her being Luke's, finding out, Luke Skywalker, what, I know you're dead. That stuff would have been cool to see, but probably wouldn't have fit the Book of Boba Fett.
So let's talk about the finale. The finale where Boba Fett and the Mandalorian fight off all of the Pikes from Tatooine who are attempting to take Boba Fett's, essentially his area.
Yeah.
So they successfully fight them off with the help of Boba Fett's Rancor, who comes in. And then he gets flamethrowered by, we haven't even mentioned, we got return of
Cad Bane.
Cad Bane comes in with his flamethrower. And the guy, the Rancor, climbs up. And then Cad Bane is standing across from Boba Fett. And we see, they're getting ready to shoot. One thing I didn't quite understand is I think Cad Bane would have had to have shot Boba in between where his armor is, right? Or he had Beskar piercing rounds. Because Boba had on Beskar.
Yeah, do we know that he shot him? Do we know that Boba was actually like shot?
I think so. I mean, he was like,
I just know there's like kind of a kinetic element to like Star Wars, like projectiles. Like they have like there's like kind of the implication there's like some force behind him. So I wasn't 100% sure if it was just like it hit him in the armor and like knocked him and like knocked the wind out of it, whatever.
I can't imagine it does that, because if you saw earlier in the episode, they were getting shot at a bunch and they were just like, doo, doo,
But
doo,
I
doo,
wonder,
doo, doo.
I'm guessing Cad Bane has a different type of weapon than like regular pikes.
You think? I would just think that, I mean, at least when I watched it, I just thought he got shot. I thought Cad Bane's accuracy was so good.
He might have just shot him like in
Cad-
the shoulder
That's
or
what I
something.
thought. It's like, because he got shot I thought he got shot in the waist. So I think Cad Bane was just so accurate. They shot him in between his armor. Anyways,
Not that we
Boba
did see
Fett
Cad
falls.
Bane miss a shot in an earlier episode when he didn't kill Cobb Vanth.
so I don't think he meant to. I don't think he meant to kill Cobb Vanth,
Why would he not?
because Cobb Vanth didn't shoot at him first. I think he meant to injure Cobb Vanth and show him like, don't come back. Like, the Pikes aren't here to mess around. Like, we're expecting your allegiance. So I don't think he meant to murder Cobb Vanth. I think he meant to murder the guy that shot at him,
Yeah.
because Cobb Vanth was telling him, don't shoot, like, put your gun down.
Yeah.
And then Cad Bane, regardless, that's
Either
just a
way.
hypothetical. Boba Fett falls, and as Cad Bane's about to finish him, he's like, it's time to finally die, Boba Fett. And then Boba Fett pulls out the stick that he freaking got earlier from the Sand People. And then he takes his stick and goes,
Stabs him.
I'm dying.
Bye-bye, Cad Bane.
I'm dying.
You're dead.
Dude, that's a pretty good, that's not bad, Cad Bane impression. Have you been hearing this?
Cad Bane's voice is like deep.
Boba Fett. I can't.
It's not like
Boba Fett. I can't.
yeah, it's not a very good Cad Bane impression. But that was cool. I saw people complaining about Cad Bane dying, but I was pretty happy with it.
So I saw people that don't think he's dead. People think
Yeah.
that his beeping was his
That's
drone
just like
buddy.
brutal speculation, though.
Dude, thing is, like, I feel like they've kind of been playing on brutal speculation for a while now in these Star Wars series. It's been a lot of brutal speculation.
Really, though? Not that. That, though, there is...
Think about Baby Yoda coming back to Mando. That's like brutal speculation. A bunch of people
Is
thought
it?
that Baby Yoda was going to
No,
return to
but
the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
I just mean with no kind of backing.
Well, their evidence is that the beeping is
But
the sound
Is
of
that
the
real? Is
robot.
that really backing? Like, I mean, there's like very clear, like for Baby Yoda returning to Mando, there's like very clear, like kind of story evidence, and like they kind of set it up that would be the choice. Is that like, oh, would he want to return to Mando?
Well, I'm saying even before, like, even in Mandalorian Season 2, when he first goes to Luke, I'm saying people were speculating that he was going to return to the Mandalorian.
Yeah, but that is like pretty crazy speculation. But then that was also part of the story. I just feel like that if Cad Bane, like, I don't know, I don't see a way forward where you're like, because even with Baby Yoda returning to Mando, like that kind of makes sense story wise. Is that like that? Like they kind of set it up with Ahsoka, that he like has this connection to Mando, that like might stop him from being a Jedi. Like that's enough to me, and that's a lot more than just some random beep that we don't even know is connected to Cad Bane being an indication that he's alive.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
Especially when we've heard.
Do you know
the
what I
little
think?
droid.
Do you know what I think might have
Yeah.
happened? I think Grogu has Yoda's lightsaber. I think Luke gave him Yoda's lightsaber.
You think?
Yeah, I literally think Baby Yoda has his lightsaber somewhere.
And he just didn't use it?
Yeah, I think so.
You think you'd pass up the opportunity to be the one having Baby Yoda use a lightsaber if he had it?
Or maybe he doesn't have it now, but I think he'll get it.
You think he'll get it?
I don't know.
think he could get the dark saber.
That's too big for his hands, bruh. Have you seen the size of that handle?
I think he could get
and
it.
Yoda's hands are like this big.
I think he could
His
do
hands
it.
would not fit
Dude,
around the
they're
Darksaber.
magic.
He would have to hold it like this.
They're magic, like creatures that can move things with their minds. I think they could deal with a lightsaber.
Dude, the handle is this big. His hand literally would not fit on the size of the handle. It's too small.
So
It's
you're
too
going
small.
you're going to question the potential that the magic being that can move things with their mind that lives for hundreds and hundreds of years.
How is he gonna hold it?
With the Force? I don't know.
How is he gonna
jump
hold
around?
it?
How does he jump around? I
How
don't know.
is he gonna hold
With the
that
Force.
saber?
I think that is the least of the worries.
Dude, his
preventing
hands are
him.
this big. This big. He has these like Baby Yoda. He's gonna freaking
And his legs are this long, and he still jumps 20 feet in the air.
Hear me out. Pretend this table is like the handle of the Darksaber, okay? Pretend my hand is the size of. This is how big Baby Yoda's hand
Imagine
would be
he's
on the
like
handle.
Yoda's size. Imagine.
Dude, Yoda's lightsaber is like this. This.
It's not that small. You saw Luke holding it.
Dude, do you remember the baby?
I just think that like if we wanted Baby Yoda to use the Darksaber, we could figure out a way to get him to use the Darksaber in a world where they like travel in time. There's a magic force that like controls the
they would have
universe.
to brute force him into holding that lightsaber so hard.
You don't think that with like two hands he could hold it two hands? If he was
I'm
Yoda
just trying to
sized,
figure
if
out
he was
how that
Yoda
would
sized,
work. I'm just trying to figure out how
wield
that
it
would
like
work.
a katana, wield it like a big katana, he could do it.
But even a katana, it's easier
No,
for us to picture a katana.
100%.
This is how big his hand would be. Like if this was the width of the Darksaber, this is how big Baby Yoda's hand is on the width of the Darksaber. That's how small his hand is. It's like that.
The width of the Darksaber? You think that's how big his hand is compared to the handle of the Darksaber?
No, I'm saying like that's how his hand would look on the Darksaber if he laid out his hand flat. Does that make sense? So he could put his whole hand like this and not even like.
I think you have a serious
I'm gonna show you a picture of Baby Yoda's
misconception of the size of these things.
Okay, Henry.
That's a crazy scale for you to say, but for you to say that this table.
No, not the table. I'm saying his hand is. That's how he could put his hand across the entire Darksaber.
But what if he's Yoda size? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying,
table.
what if he's Yoda size? We make him Yoda size. Could he like dual hand wield the lightsaber? I think so. For sure.
Dude, look at the size of that handle, bro.
He could do it.
Look at the size of that handle.
That's such a weird place. You were just promoting blatant speculation about a random beeping in the background, and me saying
I said
maybe
people were saying
Yoda,
that.
Maybe Baby Yoda.
All I said were people were
uses
saying
the
that.
Darksaber.
I can't say what other people are
Uses the
saying.
Darksaber.
I will not say what other people are saying anymore.
Nope.
You don't want me to.
Bad take.
Not
Bad
even my
take.
take. I wasn't even making
It was
the
a
argument.
bad take. No. You stood behind
Moff
it.
Gideon's hands can barely hold that thing. Look at that.
Like
They
you
can
pull
barely
up
hold
one
it.
picture. Dude, Mando.
He's like
Mando uses one hand. Mando uses one hand to wield it.
Baby Yoda's hand is like this, compared to Mando's hand. Like
But what
this.
about Yoda?
Let's look up Yoda hand.
Why is this like a point of concern? I was just saying it'd be cool if Baby Yoda used.
And I
the
was just saying
Darksaber.
that people were saying that. Okay, his hand is bigger.
Yeah.
Still tough.
They use the Force. He shoots lightning out of his hands, and we're concerned about him grabbing a
Still
handle.
tough.
He shoots. Oh my god.
Okay, look.
Fine. So if we buy those and you can hold a lightsaber, I'm
Okay,
right.
So we'll buy these and we'll put them on.
I'm correct.
Okay, you know what we have to do?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to next time I have my little brother. I have like a dark saber, okay? And Lincoln's hands, I guarantee, are way bigger than Baby Yoda's hands. I showed you a picture of that Darksaber I bought for him, right?
But hear
he
me
like
out.
legitimately struggles to like hold
But
it.
hear me out. Can your little brother use the Force, shoot lightning out of his hands, float around?
You don't know.
To flip in
you
the
don't
air.
know how powerful he is.
I'm going to
You
say
don't know
the
how powerful
the
he
limiting
is.
factor on Baby Yoda using the Darksaber is not the size of his hands.
You have no idea how powerful my brother is.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll end the podcast. I have to end the podcast early. This is not Henry's fault, so apologies, everyone. But we're going to do some Mandalorian trivia. I
Just
believe
go one card each.
first week was a tie. Second week, Henry won.
I've won every single week.
That's not true.
100%.
'Kay,
I'll go back.
You're going
I'll
first.
go back.
Shut up.
100% I've won every week.
Okay. Quiet. 2 cards each, right?
Yeah.
Which Mandalorian? Which
and every
Mandalorian
time-
tasked Mando with bringing the child to the Jedi? A, the Armorer, B, Boba Fett, or C, Jango Fett?
I'll go with A, the armor. Thank you.
Good one, dude. What large weapons do Gideon's stormtroopers assemble? This is laser cannon, catapult, like the medieval times.
Like a trebuchet type thing.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Or an E-Web heavy repeating blaster.
We'll go with a laser cannon.
That's it? That's your answer?
Yeah.
It's E-Web heavy repeating blaster. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a gimme. Okay. Second card.
Because what's the difference?
Who is the Marshal of Mos Pelgo? I'm not even going
We'll
to give
go
you an
with
A, B,
Cobb
or C.
Vanth.
Good job.
All right, let's read this.
What 2-legged creature does Quill ride? Jawas, Banthas, or Blurgs?
Blurg.
Good job. Okay, so you got 3 out of 4. My turn. I got to get 3 out of 4 to match or 4 out of 4 to win.
What did Mando save the child from on Moff Gideon's ship? A, experimentation. B, training. C, droids.
That's a weird one. Because they were going to experiment on him, and they had been experimenting on him.
Weird that you're making an
No,
argument.
look at this objectively.
Were
they
let's
going
get
to
an answer.
experiment
Let's
on
get an
him?
answer.
It's I'm gonna say droids, but it's a weird one that they would include experimentation on there.
It's A, experimentation.
No, it's not.
100%.
Let me see the
I
answer.
promise. Oh, after I read the second one, so you
Dude, how is that fair? No, look at Henry, wait, don't go on yet. How is that fair? How is that fair?
What do
he
you
saved
mean?
him
You
from
got
droids.
it wrong.
He saved him from droids.
You got it wrong.
He saved him from
I'm just
both.
reading the answer.
Wait, how is that even like
Did-
a fair?
did he-
That's
did
like a
he-
matter of opinion.
Did he save him from droids though?
Yes.
When?
The Mandalorian saved Baby Yoda from droids, and he saved him from experimentation.
That's a bummer. That's a missed
that's
point.
weird.
That's a missed point.
really weird.
I don't make
That's
the rules.
just subjective.
I don't make the rules.
That's just not even a fact. That's just objective material. That's bizarre.
Ugh.
That's bizarre.
Who gets swallowed by a crate dragon? The Mandalorian, the child, or Cobb Vanth?
The Mandalorian.
Yep. What material makes up the staff that the magistrate offered Mando? as-
Beskar.
Yep. Ooh, interesting. What color are Ahsoka Tano's eyes? A, red. B, purple. C, blue.
They're blue.
Okay. That's a tie.
That's just Henry. I want you to be quiet. Let me finish real quick. I want you to be objective for just 2 seconds out of your life and just give me this one. That one is a literal trick question.
Not really.
Literal trick question.
The whole plot point,
A
though.
literal trick question.
The whole plot point was that they were, like, going to experiment on him.
Okay, we can't have a tie. One more each. One more tiebreaker card, and if we tie after this.
Okay. Why did Ahsoka Tano refuse to train Grogu? This is dumb. His attachment to Mando makes him vulnerable. Yeah. What was the purpose of putting the child on the Seeing Stone? To gain health? For Grogu to choose his path? Or C, for protection?
B.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to get both of these right. Okay.
Just read them. Just read them out loud.
Sorry, I like to read them in my head first.
Oh my gosh.
Who was Quill an indentured servant to? A, the Empire, B, no one, or C, Luke Skywalker?
Really? Quill. So you said A, the Empire.
B, no one, or C, Luke Skywalker?
It's not Luke Skywalker. That's a weird one. That's such a crappy, like, who was he an indentured servant to? No one. Like, that's a weird one. I'm going to say the Empire.
Correct. He does mention it in
I
the
get that
episode.
he mentions it. It's just a weird way to phrase a question.
Yeah. When asked by Mayfield, what does the Mandalorian claim the child is? Ooh, that's a tricky one. His friend, his bounty, or his pet?
Mix Mayfield. Is it the friend? So read the question again.
Yeah. When asked by Mayfield, what does the Mandalorian claim the child is? A, his friend, B, his bounty, or C, his pet?
Because this has got to be season 1 of The Mandalorian, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Because that would make sense. I would say bounty.
It's his pet. He claims it's his pet.
Really?
Yeah, dude. That's a W plus. Easy. All right. 1-1.
1-1.
We tied the first time. You won second time.
We will go
I
back
won
on
third
that.
time.
We will go back on that, and I can guarantee we didn't tie.
Okay.
Guarantee we didn't tie.
We'll see.
Okay,
We'll
we'll
let
be
the
back next week
evidence-
with our Batman review.
Oh, yeah.
By then, the Batman, we're going to see it on Tuesday.
3 hours long.
3 hours long. It's going to be sick.
fun.
I'm excited.
All right.
Okay.
Let's wrap it up. CTS Podcast, episode 36.